What is up, everybody? This is Voth, and welcome back to episode 10 of the March of Crimes. Now, 10 episodes, I guess that's a bit of a milestone, so I'm excited about that. Since the last time I got to play, they released a new patch. It's more of I think they classified it as a hot fix. It's nothing major. Only, I read over the patch notes because I'm a nerd like that, and it was all what do you call like aesthetic things pertaining to the blood and decapitations and superficial things. The only real thing that they changed that affects the game is Germanic levies no longer get their precursor javelins, which I suppose that makes sense because the tier 2 after them doesn't have precursor javelins. Where did the javelins go? Whatever. So they took them away from the tier 1s. I mean the levies. All right. It has been a while since I got to play last, and things have been pretty hectic around here. Had some crazy weather. Um, Also, we're in the process of selling our house, so we have showings where we have to vacate while realtors come show people around. So it's made it kind of hard to do things, but I have time now. So I'm going to have to kind of brush up on everything that I was doing because it has been a while. Alright, I have negative public order in Caledonia at Hibernia, and Britannia Inferior also has negative public order. Sanitation building. Let's see. I can't build any happiness buildings here. I have one here, but they're still pissed at me. Let's see, what's making them mad? -5 from events. Okay, so that's going to pan out pretty soon. Difficulty level taxes, public situation immigrants. Alright, yeah. That's going to equalize pretty soon. Buildings -7, religious, political, immigration. Looks like in Britannia Inferior I'm going to have to probably increase my army size here a bit to help deal with, so what's your upkeep? How did I even see that? Oh, there it is, derp. 96. Whoa, geez, these archers are much lower upkeep. Sorry, dude with an axe. Now what can I build here? I think I'm going to build the smithy so that I can unlock the Celtic Warband. And eventually I'm going to upgrade this iron smelter to the weaponsmith because I'm pretty sure at higher levels this only affects recruitment costs. That's pretty lame. I thought it gave your units plus attack. I guess that's something else. Oh well, in that case it's kind of irrelevant. I might just go with foundries anyways. But we'll figure that out. I need to find someone for this guy to in some way manipulate so that he can get some experience and eventually get to where I can use his surveillance, investigate corruption. That makes him deployable, so you don't have to constantly move around and look for crap for him to do, and he'll just level up on his own. And plus, reducing corruption in your province gives you a little bit more money. Alrighty. It looks like we have quite a few Romans down in here defending their capital city, I would presume. But we also have all kinds of barbarians just raising hell in what was their territory, and their territory in the process of disappearing out from under their nose. Now, I'm looking at Alasipo, and I remember why I came down here, but I just don't know why I'm still here. I think what I'm going to do is just let Alasipo fall and head out this way because I remember I need to sack Alusa. I think this is the one I need to sack. Hero, yeah, Alusa. So I'm going to head over there towards Elucidus and Alasipo. I'm just going to let it fall to rebels because at this point I don't really care about it. It's producing about 80 food, and I'm producing 168 up here overall, so I'll be able to cover that gap no problem. So I'm just going to let Alasipo fall, and I'm going to concentrate my efforts up here so that my kingdoms, I like to have my lands all touching. I'm kind of anal about that. And speaking of touching, I think I'm going to come down here and touch the Romans. Now, obviously I want to sack because it's good money, A, and then B, I was thinking about taking Toronum here because it's an unwalled city and I need an unwalled city to build my raiding station. It's not called a raiding station. Let me see what it's called. Yeah, see, this is available slots for the city. I clicked on a walled city. I go to Calamdom. Yeah, the raiding building requires an unwalled city, and I want to get it up to a Raiders Hall because I've got to raid 7,000 gold by turn 121, and I believe I'm on turn 31 now, so I've really got to get on that. So I'm going to hit Toronum. I'm going to capture it. I'm going to build a raiding building in it, and I'm going to get started raiding the hell out of the surrounding places. All right, I think that is it for everything. Let me check my family real quick. Segalox, nobody really has anything available to do here. So allow me to check my diplomacy now. I always arrange it by attitude. That way I could only look at the people who like me. Otherwise, you're just going to be scrolling through a lot of nonsense. Like all these people down here, they don't like me. There's no point in talking to them. They're a waste of time. Although I can trade with the Rugians. They like me, but let's see what I can get out of them. Trade agreement. Hi. I always try to get as many trade agreements as possible. Let's see, they're low. Let's meet them somewhere in the middle, 1,500, moderate. Alright, they accepted for 1,500. So they're going to pay me 1,500 to buy my stuff. Looks like the Saxons are also available to trade. Let's see how much I can get out of those guys. Payments. 900. High at 900. 1,200. Still high. 1,500. Still high. These guys really want to trade with me. 2,100. Okay, just went to moderate. 2,100. They're going to pay me a lot of money just to trade with them. I love it. Now, part of the reason why my trade agreement is so sought after, particularly by the Saxons, is you notice they're importing all three things that I'm selling. So the more things you're exporting, the more valuable your trade agreement is to other people, especially if they don't already have access to that. So for instance, if the Saxons had already been trading wood, iron, or lead with somebody else, I wouldn't have been able to sell my trade agreement for so much. But because they did not have access to this crap prior to my trade agreement with them, it made it more valuable to them. Because like certain buildings, let me see, one that I know of right off the top of my head is not that one. Here we go. Right here. The slave market, because I have access to iron, I can build a slave market. I know that that needs iron to build. And here's another example, like the amber market. I don't have jewels, so I can't build these, and that's a little red mark there to signify that for me. And the slave trader usually has a little red mark iron ingot there to signify that I require iron to build that. But I already have iron, so it's not there. And that's part of why people really want to trade certain things with you. Enough of my blabbering. I think I'm done with this turn. What is this? Oh yeah, Lusitania. I never put a governor there, and I'm still not going to because I'm abandoning it. So that's turn. All right, we're back. Alasipo fell to rebels, and as you can see, my income is still positive and my food is still positive. So Alasipo clearly wasn't doing too much for me. They were defeated decisively. I just auto-calced it. Development, Sacred King, and food shortage in Britannia. Now, minus 25%. If you notice, food shortage, minus 25%. Wealth from all buildings in public order, also -1 in addition. In order to counter that, even though my food is collectively positive in all provinces, I still need to build like a food producing item or building in this settlement so that they can be self-reliant. I honestly find it a little annoying. It seems like if my food's positive, I shouldn't need to do that, but that's the way they've chosen to balance it, and thus I will be building, I'll upgrade this jetty to a fishing jetty so that this province can be self-contained. I'm looking at my religious buildings, trying to decide which one I want to build. With most other factions by this point, I've usually converted to usually Latin Christian, because I almost always just go full force into the Romans. But in this case, I haven't. And so my Celtic paganism's going up, and it shows no signs of allowing me to swap over to any sort of Christianity. Now, religions, I don't consider one better than the other. I mean, sure, you could argue the finer points of edicts and whatnot, but to me, it's like, blah, religious building is pretty much a waste of space anyways. I just would switch over to a Latin Christian or some other Christian because it was easier in terms of public order. I look at it in terms of public order and nothing else, really. Let's see, this one offers sanitation, osmosis of Celtic religion. I think I'm going to try the sanitation one just because. I'll figure it out later if I want to change it. +2 squalor. How's my squalor doing? It's decent. I'm fixing to have a sanitation building in addition. So I'm going to build the tool maker here as well. I was going to build a weaponsmith, but since he doesn't freaking give my people weapons, screw it. I don't understand that. I guess I'm used to Rome too. Alright, next research. Spear band. Mounted spear raiders. Get some better cavalry. Yeah, I think I'll finish out this tier 1 of the military tree. Did my public order pan out? Yeah, I'm back to positive here in Caledonia at Hibernia, and I'm only at -1 in Britannia Inferior. I think most of that pertains to immigrants at this point, so I'm just going to see if that equalizes pretty soon here. I'm going to keep this guy heading around to Alusa. Speed him up. If you didn't know, if your guys are moving too slow for your preference, if you hit the space bar, they will speed up. They only have 2 speeds, slow and fast. Alright, during the last intern, the picks, either this one or this stack, I don't remember, the jerks sacked Tyrannum, so I'm not going to get to hit it for full price, unfortunately. But I'll get some money out of it anyways. Well, this is going to be a pretty easy battle, but I got this one unit in the red here. Units in the red during auto-calcs almost always die, so I'm just going to fight this battle to make sure that he stays alive. So let's get to it. Alright, it's dry, so I'm just going to start deployment. This is strange. It appears that after the patch you start in the tactical overlay for some reason, I guess. But whatever. Alright. Obviously, when the Picts attacked, they destroyed the 2 towers on this side. There might just be 1 tower usually. Regardless, I'm going to attack from this side and force the enemies to come to me. Because it's just better that way. Jeez, why do you keep going into that? It's annoying.
We have laid great chunks of their city to waste.
They're claiming that they have laid waste to their city. Okay, if this keeps doing this, I'm going to get pissed. Alright, I'm setting these guys up out front and putting them in skirmish mode. Oh, Jesus Christ, are you going to keep doing this? Apparently, when you double click now, let me change the DPI on my mouse. Okay, when you double click now, no. This is so weird. Well, apparently when you double click on a target now, it zooms to them. And when I... There, okay. When you hold control to double click 2 units so that you can highlight them all, it zooms out to this freaking tactical overview. That's really freaking annoying. Okay. I'm gonna start off, for the love of God, really. It's gonna make me kill some people. Okay. Is it my mouse and keyboard? Is my crap messed up? And I just don't know it? Or is Attilla gone off the deep end? Okay. Oh, at this point I don't even care. Just get over here, people. Let's start this battle. Crap's taking too long.
Battle ready and eager against these cowardly people. Storm these walls with violent hearts. Rip them from their homes and sate your desires on all that lies within.
Sate your desires on all that lies within. The implication of those words. Alrighty, come on, release your doggies.
We will crush the enemy with our greater numbers.
Alright, let's put my onagers on sniping their general. Alright, they finally released their dogs. Yeah, they're going for their horses. Alright, I'm going to move my skirmishers forward a little bit. Hopefully they'll start attacking them soon. Alright, they got skirmishers in the back over there. I'm just going to release all my dogs as their units run in. It's going to cause them to get hung up on the dogs as they eat arrows and javelins and just really sort of ruin their day. Look, their horses up there are all destroyed by those dogs. And now this unit is getting encircled. You see, they're trying to push through, and that's really bad because the dogs will tear them up. Whoa, the camera is acting retarded. Okay. And these guys are following my skirmisher troops while my other skirmishers fill them full of arrows and javelins and other things. I'm going to just bring my swords forward to intercept them. And going to halt and enter shield wall. My skirmishers are going to fall behind the lines as quickly as possible. They're actually engaged with these guys, but they're not going to stay engaged very long. I'm going to move these spearmen up into the gap there so that I don't get flanked. Alright, these guys aren't going to last too much longer. Alright. Yep, these guys are over. I'm going to put these arrows... Whoop, this guy's already shattered. Yeah, this battle is done. This unit right here is going to get encircled by the sword guys, hitting them from various sides. So they're fleeing now. An altogether easy battle. I let my ranged units and dogs handle most of it so that I could minimize my casualties. And as you notice, my one guy who was in the red is not dead, which is what I wanted to achieve. Decisive victory. GG. Alright, here we are in the aftermath. I only lost 89 units. Probably could have done better, but I'm happy with that. Okay, because the stupid picks sacked this freaking place, it's not really worth anything to me now. So I guess I'm just going to occupy it.
Ready for battle.
Immediately I'm going to start just demolishing everything, with the exception of this. I can't afford to repair it, but I'm going to demolish everything, get it all torn down so I can start building actual buildings that I can use. And then from there I will start raiding the surrounding lands, which currently are all Roman held, so that's good. Did I have anything else I needed to do? I'm pretty sure I handled all my building. I have no money. Quick overlook at the family, the Alla Marie, Segovox. Everyone's in a position that they're good in. I always check that every turn because I'm a goldfish and I have a terrible memory. So I figure if I check it every turn, it's sort of like this mental checklist where I do this, and I do this. Otherwise, like 10 years will pass and I'll never look at my family. But that is turn. Now, this sign is never going to go away. Now I have to deal with the governor in that new place I took over, even though I lost Alasipa. So GG, in turn. Alright, so next turn, I discovered a new faction, Africa. Africa is one of the factions that's a rebellion. They follow the Roman cultural archetype, I guess. Agent exposed, blah blah blah, path blocked. Bunch of unnecessary stuff. Alrighty, let's go see what I can build down here in Tyrannum. Now, I could build the Raiders Assembly, which I know I want to do, and it produces a squalor issue, so my first other building is going to be a well to counter that. And then one more turn or so, well, it looks like 2 more turns, this guy will be high enough, and you know what? Let's look at Vericum. It is completely repaired. I'm pretty sure it has a giant sack me sign on it, so I think I'm going to abide. Can't turn down a perfectly ripe settlement. I mean, they produce gold. They're just asking for it. Alright. Do these guys see anybody? Let's see, can't get to that guy. I'm just going to head south towards these guys. Sometimes it can be such a pain to get XP for your scout. I still have money. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the well here. The sanitation building. It becomes a dike. Not to be confused with a lesbian. It's a wall that Swedish boys put their thumb in. I think they're Swedish. Anyways. Let's, yeah, I guess we could do this battle. They're all full HP and I don't want to take unnecessary casualties. So let's do it. Alright, end battle. I'm stabbing the guy multiple times. 130 losses, not too bad. I'm going to sack him for only 900 gold. It's not very much. But now I'm going to begin rating them. Now, one of the easy ways to tell how much you're rating somebody for, because it's kind of hard to figure it out a lot of times. Well, I remember in Rome 2, one of the things you could do is you look at your income right up here. Right here it says 3139. I'm going to switch into rating stance and I'm going to get 3819. So you can do a little bit of math and tell that I'm going to be getting like 690 or something like that roughly. But you can also come down here to your victory conditions, and you can see that currently I've rated for 0 income. Next turn I can come back to that and check, and also tell exactly how much I've rated for. I think they must have fixed this in patch 2, because I remember previously this didn't reflect it correctly, and I found that very annoying. I think I've handled everything, so that is turn. I'm not assigning a governor.